What the heck is going on in the Lakewood Ranch real estate market? Hey, it's Sean Reddy of the Keller Williams Reddy Group, and each and every month we go through 9 key metrics of what's happening in Lakewood Ranch real estate. Reason we do this is because we want the story told through data, not through national media outlets who don't know a lick about what's happening on the ground here. And outcome is a more educated buyer and seller. So that if you plan on entering the market in any capacity, you might be buying a home, you might be selling a home, you might be selling a home to buy another home here in Lakewood Ranch, you know exactly what's going on by watching this. And here's how we measure. First of all, we're looking at month over month, then year over year trends of the real estate market. And there's 9 key metrics that we're looking at. We'll go through here in a second. And then we kind of color code it to know if the trends are moving in favor of buyers or favor of sellers. So the metrics that we're looking at, some are leading measures, some are lagging measures. We'll talk more about that. We're looking at average and median days on market, number of new listings, total available inventory, purchase contracts, number of new purchase contracts, number of closed sales, then the average and median price, and then finally the relationship between last asking price and close price in that month. So without further ado, let's start breaking it down. Going back to the color coding here, red means it's moving in the favor of the buyers. Green means that trend is moving in favor of the sellers. And you're looking at this, you say, Sean, there's some green here. I thought it's a terrible market for sellers. Well, let's debunk a little bit of that in the next couple of minutes. I'm just gonna go top to bottom here because not super huge movement in any direction for any of these numbers, but first and foremost, it is taking longer to sell a home. It's a third straight increase of median days on market, going from 67 to 80. So that's an increase of 19% in median days on market. Also an increase of 11% in average days on market. New listings up 14% month over month, 288 to be exact, last in May. The available inventory though, check this out, 2 straight months of lower total inventory, which is measured on the first of the month. Partly because new purchase contracts kicked up 6%. 207 homes went under contract in the month of May. Also 11% or 210 homes closed in the month of May. What's fascinating is the prices of these homes. Month over month, pretty sizable increase, especially in the median price. So in May, the average price this measures what closed in each month. Mind you, this isn't indicative of values across the board. But the average price did go up for the second straight month, up 4% to $787. The median price up 16% to $639. The median sold price to list price ratio, again, the relationship between final asking price and closed prices of the homes that did reach the closing table, up 2% month over month. So there are some bright spots if you're selling a home in Lakewood Ranch. Now let's look at this from a year over year perspective. Bear with me, lots of markets that we measure. So year over year, pretty much a 50-50 split between trends favoring sellers, trends favoring buyers. Now, biggest movement is in market times. By median, it takes 70% longer to sell a home this year than it did this time last year. Average 35% more. New listings though, check it out, down 14% year over year. So maybe has to do with some seller psyche out there, but that is a significant drop of new listings coming to market. New purchase contracts up 4% year over year. We don't have available home data from last year, so apologize for that. But contracts up 4% and closed sales down 9.1%. Now, there's probably going to be some time in the next couple months that those two flip-flop, at least in terms of increase or decrease year over year. The average selling price up 5.1% year over year, and even the median price up 1.4%. The sold price to list price ratio, however, is down 1.7% year over year. Last thing I want to do here is let's look at this year's worth of data, but in graphical form. And this is going to show us basically from February of 24 through May what these trend lines look like. So this first one, average and median days on market. Obviously the overall trend is moving up. It's taking longer to sell a house. This next one though, we just started plotting this available homes, this red one, so we're not gonna pay attention to that one just yet. This one measures new contracts in yellow and new listings in blue. And yes, you might be able to spot somewhat of a downward trajectory here, but it's not by much. So home listings are still consistently in the 3 to 350-ish range. We'll call it 250 to 350 range. But purchase contracts, slight uptick, quite frankly, since November. Now there was a drop in April from March, but then it came back over 200 in May. Closed sales started falling off in July of last year. Obviously, you get into back-to-back storms in September, October, it's going to affect into November, but you did see that fall there. December hits. December every year there are more closings, just a benefit thing. But then it kind of falls off, jumps right back up, 210, 2 out of the last 3 months. And then finally, the average and median price plotted out month over month for the last year. And you can see some ebbs and flows, some peaks and valleys there, but check out, I talked about the median price with its big jump. It just kind of came right back to where it's, been for the last couple of years. So, takeaways here. Well, median sold price to list price ratio. Downward trajectory, but a little bit of a bounce last month in May. That's it for the graphs. So, takeaways here. There is a real estate market. It's not as bad as the national media likes to portray it to get eyeballs on it. And let me back up a second. This is all of Lakewood Ranch, obviously huge geographic area, tons of villages in there. So if you want this broken out by village, let us know, drop a comment. Really, end of the day here, there are opportunities for both buyers and sellers, or to do both at the same time. They do exist. And if you want guidance, make sure to turn off CNN and turn on the advice of somebody who's in this day to day. Love to be a resource for you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, Sean Reddy of the Reddy Group of Keller Williams, and we'll see you next month.